When I joined this family business, we were doing 25K a month, and now we do between 200 and 250.
Talk about your experience working with me and the team.
We closed 7 units and we did $45,000 in revenue off $5,000 in ad spend. It's just pouring extra cash onto our business every single month.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you for watching this video. So we're here with one of our clients right here, Davi. Davi, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. Excited to be here, bro.
Good. 100%, 100%. So could you tell, for everyone that, doesn't know you, right, or know what you do, could you talk a little bit more about you and your business?
Definitely. So we run a physician coaching business. It's called MD Can Help. And we take physicians that are completely burned out and ready to leave the field of medicine to a place where they're happy, fulfilled, confident, present, love spending time with their families, love their patient care, rejuvenated, energized, back to loving medicine. The career they worked incredibly hard for and spent decades in training to get to. It's a really specialized process. My mom is the face of the offer, Dr. Gazelle, and she's coached 700 physicians. Our team of coaches have coached well over 1,000. She's an assistant professor at Harvard Medical School. She's worked with the Mayo Clinic proceedings for standards, competencies. So it's definitely more of a official buttoned up offer than a lot of internet money, but using the same marketing principles and ticket sales process and other things that you may find for other coaching offers.
100%, 100%. Yeah. So Davi, you originally came to us for webinars and we built our system out for you. But can you talk about, before you started working with us, like what funnel were you running? What were the kind of things that you were experiencing that even made you want to run a webinar in the first place?
So we were doing traditional book a call funnels. We used either native Facebook lead forms, and then we would call them and then tell them to watch the VSL. So a little bit of a different order than normal VSL funnel. We'd also tried VSL funnels. We had consistent low show rates, as low as 25%. At times. And then as high, it would fluctuate between 25 and 50, but never got to a really consistent place. It was hard to manage our calendars. A lot of leads would come in uneducated, weren't really sure about our solution. What's the difference between this and charting software, between, business coaching, and what we do is a lot more mindfulness. And leads didn't really get to know us, which I think was really selling us short because of the just wealth of social proof and expertise that my mom has garnered. So they weren't necessarily being exposed to that. And we thought webinars would theoretically be a better conversion mechanism, a better upfront offer, giving this free class, giving a lot of value upfront, and a chance to really demonstrate our expertise. We had literally no clue how to launch a webinar, but that was our initial hypothesis. And that's where you and I had met at a client ascension event. And I remembered us having a great conversation about webinars. You were in my mind as the webinars guy. So then when it came time to take that next step in our business, you were the first person I texted.
100%, 100%. So, that's great. And like you were saying, your business is incredibly unique. A lot of people think that webinars only work for make money online offers or typical biz op type offers, right? But, they work for any type of offer. As long as you are an authority, you have a product to sell, right, that they're going to work for you. So talk about your experience working with, me and the team. And, after we created the entire webinar for you guys, and the experience, and what were the results and the KPIs from that webinar?
Definitely. So let me talk first about the qualitative, just my 2 cents on the scaling webinars team, and then I'll talk about the data. When I joined this family business, we were doing 25K a month, and now we do between 200 and 250. So the business 10x'd in 2 years and change. And in order for that to be possible, I purchased a wealth of info products. So I'm a great prospect. I'll get on a fucking sales call and buy, because I buy sales training, I buy marketing training. We tried Facebook group funnels, VSL funnels, every single time, paid a coach, paid a consultant, paid someone. Mark and his team, the onboarding process, the step-by-step accountability, attention to detail, the responsiveness in Slack, the love and attention that Mark poured into our webinar is here. And the next best info product I've ever purchased is here. It is not fucking close. They are very dialed. You will notice it as soon as you're onboarded, because there's a rigorous checklist. And this is the little things that every info product owner skips that make an info product great. Every single login I had to give for software, step by step, there's a video walking me through it. Downloaded, sales call transcripts, whatever information we needed about our webinar. Mark takes all of that, synthesizes it in his brain, and his whole thesis behind webinars is making a movie. Bro fucking is the Steven Spielberg of this shit. Crafted a fucking hour-and-a-half banger of my mom telling her life story, explaining everything that we do. My mom had 0 edits, and she's the Harvard teaching physician, and Mark is not a doctor. And just by diving into our content and really going deep, built an incredible presentation. The marketing was great. The opt-in, the landing page, beautiful, better opt-in rates than anything we've had in the past. Everything was very seamless. When there's inevitable hiccups with Zaps breaking, CRM payments, whatever, normal internet money stuff, incredibly responsive, on the ball, and gave us this system that now, and I'll transition to the data, is just pouring extra cash onto our business every single month, just dousing it. And so for our business, the ads we ran specifically for the webinar have been at a 3.1 ROAS, which is great. It's high for us. We'll take it. But what's been really amazing to see is that the webinar has been a new conversion mechanism where all these other leads that we had been spending precious Facebook ads money on are now coming in and closing. And so this past webinar, we closed 7 units and we did $45,000 in revenue off $5,000 in ad spend. 16K of that was revenue attributed through Hyros to people that we ran ads for this specific webinar and then came in. And then the other 30K of revenue was old leads just sitting in our CRM that we're waiting to go to a masterclass and get activated. So now every single month we have this mechanism. We can spend a little bit more on ads. Predictably, the last week of the month, we got another 50K coming in. If we spend more, we can do more than that. And it just makes my life so much better as a business owner, knowing no matter how the month goes, we're going to have this big influx of cash. We have different conversion mechanisms. Our leads have something to look forward to. It's been a massive level up for our business. And no matter what the future of MD Can Help is and the different pivots we make, we will be having those once a month webinars. And the close rate was 60% this previous webinar. The show rate was really high. Everyone's coming in way more nurtured. Everything that we wanted initially, we got. And it came from running a great webinar.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I promise I didn't pay him to say all those nice things about us. We really appreciate that. But I have another question for you. So when initially, we started working with each other, were there any doubts? Obviously, you guys have arranged webinars in the past. So were there any doubts or anything that came to your mind about webinars or about working with us in general?
One thing I remember is that I wanted to run ads to lead forms and you wanted to run it to the opt-in page. And I'm glad I got out of my own way on that. I think your case studies were all either male dominated offers or younger offers. So there's natural doubt. And my mom had a lot more skepticism than I did about a group of young guys in Tampa, professionalism, their ability to adapt to this new offer. But I will say that the Scaling Webinars team can crush any offer. And if they can take a 67-year-old woman and write an incredible webinar for her that converts for female doctors, and they can do a trading offer and wholesaling offer, they understand marketing and they can get it done for you.
So I wouldn't say that we're the cheapest solution in the market, right? So I guess what would you say to anyone who's looking to maybe create webinars for their business and have it as a predictable sales machine, predictable marketing machine in their business? What would you say to them about, possibly investing in and working with our team?
I think you get what you pay for. And there's so many moving parts to running a good webinar, from the text sequences, the email sequences, the actual presentation, moderating the chat. It's like a chain. If one link is broken, it can actually fuck up everything. And so for us, investing versus doing it by ourselves and having the expert playbook really put together was a fat ROI. I would recommend investing in it because you're going to get what you pay for and you want to have the best webinar possible. It's going to make your sales team's job easier. It's, the marketing for the rest of the month easier because the leads that slip through the cracks can then be pulled into this webinar. It just makes a lot of sense to do this right.
Well, I appreciate you, Davi. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Any last words, anything else that you want to say before we head out of here?
Yeah, my Instagram is at DAAVI. TikTok, same thing. Twitter at DAAVIGAZELLE. If you have questions about the Scaling Webinars team, feel free to hit me. These guys are great. They do what they say they're going to do, and they do it really well. And there's a different high that comes with running a fire webinar and having $50,000 coming in. It's different than a VSL funnel. It's really 100%. So you guys get to taste that money too. But thanks for having me, bro.
100%. I appreciate you, Davi. Thank you guys so much.